See. Hey everybody, J and B are live. We've got a special pop-up video. Lots of news, lots of announcements, lots going on. So hopefully folks can join us and we will cover a lot. Carrie, welcome. Not showing a stream. Try that again. There it is. Cosette, welcome. Undefined, welcome. Ultra Bricks, welcome. Mike Mariano, welcome. As you can see, kind of a strange setup tonight. But that's part of what is going to make it fun. Sovereign Archer, welcome. Bills and Coins, welcome. Nishad, welcome. DW, welcome. D. Reese, welcome. Deanne, welcome. Nancy Velez, welcome. Michael Fines, welcome. Vegas Stacker, Zachary Gray, Lincoln Central, Luis Cruz. Empty table, exactly. There's no rolls tonight. So we're going to get into that in kind of detail. We've got lots of stuff to talk about tonight. And we got a lot of news and updates and things like that. So we want to wait till we get a few people. We got 72 watching already. That's cool. Savvy Sherry, Christy B, Teresa Davis, Scott Jarvie, Ruthie, Kaio, Slothman, El Cora, Janine, welcome. Carl Cotton, Alan Olson, Matthew Peak, Robert Johnson, Reggie Movie Nut, welcome. Eli, welcome. Gerald, welcome. Imelda, Kim Davis, Jeff Brown, Dale Turner, Carla McDaniel, Wingo here, Minerva, Ethel, Pollock, Scott's Hobbies, Chandler Appling, Sarah Valentino, John Eller, Eddie Studer, Stephen Wondolowski, Robert Johnson, Cesar Martinez, Kimberly Browder, Cody, Sharon W., Linda Arredondo, Mr. Breeze, Martha Clark. Welcome everybody. Scott Hall, welcome. Hopefully we're going to have a special guest here pop in here pretty soon. We're going to see how this goes. As we said, as you can see, it's kind of an oddball table. It's a little out of focus, at least my screen is. The camera looks really good and solid, but my laptop's a little fuzzy. Let's see. Martha Clark, Ronnie Williams, Bill 457, Matt Farr, Jem, B. Show Ben, Lords Hilario, Jeremy Albrighton, Robert Henry, welcome. And we're up to 85. OU812, welcome. So the first thing obviously is we've got an empty table. There's no coins. Are we going to do a giveaway? No. No giveaway tonight. It's going to be, as I keep saying, it's going to be a very unusual night because it's basically going to be what it used to be, which is a chat. We're going to have a family meeting here. We're going to chat. We're going to bring you all up to speed, what's been going on the last couple weeks, and what the next few weeks look like. John L., welcome. Scott Hall, welcome. Callie, welcome. Coin Pansy, welcome. Donna Mac, welcome. Tommy, welcome. Donna, we're going to get into that and a whole bunch more. Wesley, welcome. Friendly quadriplegic here. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man. There's a few of our family members here that are in various stages of quadriplegic or paralysis, if you will. NoCo Silver, welcome. Bills and Coins, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that bills and coins because yeah, we got nailed pretty good. Um, Mountain Wolf 333, welcome. Audi 5 with the win, welcome. And Alan, we might get to that in a bit. We've got a couple of things to talk. We've got quite a few things to talk about, and silver proof sets are among those. Beverly, welcome. Coin Captain, welcome. Israel, welcome. Do we know where the? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't have a picture on your laptop? Okay. Um, okay. So we're at 92 watching. Um, Started streaming about 5 minutes ago. So we're going to start kind of covering a few things. Like I said, we're hoping to have a special guest here pop in into the stream in a couple of minutes. There goes Puppy again. Um, Andrew, welcome. Thomas, welcome. Anna, welcome. Francis, welcome. Wesley, yeah. Okay, that's funny, but this is a G-rated family channel, so just be careful with how you say that, okay? Um, okay. All right, I got to delete that one comment. Just that one, dude. Um, we're very much a family channel, and a lot of kids watching, a lot of families watching, and we have pledged to YouTube that we are a family oriented channel, so we just got to keep an eye on it. Matthew, welcome. Leanne, welcome. Michael, welcome. Christopher, welcome. All right. So, D Reese, welcome. I think I said hi to D Reese already. YOLO Man, welcome. Okay, where to start? Um, like we said, no coin rolls tonight, no giveaways tonight. This is strictly family chat, catching up on what's been going on with us and a lot of folks in the family, and updates and kind of a status of where we're at and what's going on and what's been going on. Obviously, the first question is, it's already come up, what happened with the hurricane, and how's the house and that kind of stuff. The house is ultimately, it's going to be okay. It's insured, Foe, welcome. Uh, Jayton Elbay, welcome. Pamela, welcome. So anyway, what happened was we got back down there and started doing our cleanup. And oh, sorry, yeah, forgot. We're gonna table that because I forgot. We're gonna start with good stuff, and then we'll talk about that. Um, but that's kind of a good and bad, okay? But we'll use that as kind of a transition when we have to later. Um, but we will cover it. And so we're starting off with this, correct? Oh, that's right. Yeah. We're starting off with saying sorry, but we're not going to be having the live stream tomorrow night. Um, and we really were looking forward to it. We've got our coins and all that kind of stuff. But a few things have come up. We're going to cover those tonight as well and explain why and kind of lay out the plan for everybody. But we realized earlier today that we won't be able to have a live stream tomorrow. And in fact, we won't be able to have a live stream tomorrow, Friday, and probably Saturday. But we'll see how Saturday goes. Some stuff is going on that we're going to cover, but we want to start with the positive stuff. But you need to know that tomorrow, Friday, for sure, we won't have a live stream. Saturday, maybe. And we're very sorry. We've been looking forward to it. We're just, as we get into this, you'll understand, okay? So now we start with our little clip, right?
Yes.
Okay. So those of you that have been around watching the channel for a while have never seen this little clip. The reason you've never seen this little clip is this is what's holding the iPhone that we've been using from day one to shoot videos, to do the live streams, and it's attached to a little aluminum, about 3.5 foot tall tripod. Okay, this screws to the top and the camera goes in here, and it's kind of, the whole rig is kind of flimsy, but that's what we're filming with right now. We've all been waiting, and you guys have all been amazing to help us with the camera fund to get us to where we could upgrade and update and get something that doesn't die, doesn't lock up, doesn't overheat, and gives us capabilities that we haven't had. And it's been a long wait, and there's a reason for that. We'll get into that too. Coin Snobs, welcome. Matthew, welcome. Lady B, welcome. Wesley, welcome. Tom Smith, welcome. All right, so this and the little flimsy tripod that's holding this currently, holding the iPhone currently, pieces and parts now that the storm are gone have started to come in. This is the new tripod. And we'll try and get it here in camera, but basically this sucker is carbon graphite. It's got all these adjustments on it. It's got rubber feet, and you can take these off and have little pointy feet that'll dig into stuff. And it extends, and then this telescope extends, and then it has a full floating gimbal head on the top that we can rotate in all kinds of directions. We can tilt it at all kinds of angles. And this thing is anywhere from the height that you see, which is about 2 feet and in its folded position, to 8 feet fully extended. And you can see it's nice and stout, nice and heavy. Well, for an iPhone, that's overkill. But it's not overkill for what we've all been waiting for. This little bad boy. Brand new, one of the first, Canon XA40. In fact, it's still, I just unpacked it and put it together for the first time in time for this. And this is really cool. That's you have a lens cover, and then you have this eyepiece here, and you have a little door that flips open and close over the lens. It's got an LED screen here. Battery goes in here. It comes with extra batteries. But the coolest part is we don't have to run on batteries. It has an adapter to plug into the wall, just like your laptop. And this thing can run 10, 12 hours, unlimited time, no overheating, and most important, in 4K. So the video that we've all been watching on YouTube for the most part is either 720 or at best 1080. This is 4K, and that's one of the things that we were pushing for, was to get 4K and be able to do this. Now it's got, up here it's got individual audio controls. We can run 2 mics here and control them. It has a position for a boom mic, and it actually comes with, I got so much stuff up here on the table, it's so cool. It comes with the boom mic. It comes with, I'm doing the Michael Jordan, I'm sticking my tongue out here grabbing these. It comes with a 2.2 magnification 58mm lens that can go on the end of this. It also comes with a macro lens for zooming in on small objects up close. And so we got that. And then if we decide we want to use this without the tripod, it has a professional video stabilizing handle. We mount the camera in here and you hold it and the thing just floats. This is the same type of professional camera. It's just a little lower in the family at Canon that, you know, when you watch a football game or something like that, you know, a portable news broadcast where they go out, you know, with the van and broadcast live. This is basically, it's a professional grade. It's in their professional category of camera, but it's a brand new model that they came out with. We waited for this thing 4 months. We were working with Canon. We heard about it. We talked to them multiple times, told them what our requirements were in a camera, what we were trying to accomplish. And everything kept falling short somewhere. It either would overheat after 30 minutes to an hour. We said, we've got that. We don't need to get another one. Santiago, there's our guest we were hoping would pop in. Thank you. Glad you're here, man. We're going to talk about Santiago here in a bit too. So yeah, this is really cool, man. It's got so many features that it's unreal. But yeah, this is going to serve us for a long time. This is part of what they call future proofing, because right now there's almost no one that has the ability to put 4K up on YouTube. We just got new wiring in the house, in the studio, to be able to receive and feed 4K video. Now, whether YouTube's going to be compressing that down or not, or whether they do go ahead and pop it up as 4K, they have the capability. We're ready. We can broadcast either in 1080p high def or 4K, depending on what they're willing to receive from us. But that's the reason why it took so long, because we were working with the Canon engineers and we kept saying, we need this, we need that. And this has 20 times optical zoom. For what we're doing, we're probably never going to use that. The macro lens is going to be huge. Yeah, we even offered to, when we narrowed it down with them and they kept saying, we've got this XA40 and 45 that are coming out. You want to wait for that? And we were like, no, we really need a camera now. And they said, we can't do it. The release date is such and such, which I can't remember what the exact release date was, but it was a month or two ago. But we even offered to do a review on it. You know, let us have a loaner. We'll do a review on it. We're going to be shooting all of our stuff on it. And they said, no, we've got people selected to review these that are going to get them, but orders. So, you know, you're just going to have to wait for it to come out. But everybody said, this is what you want. Short of going professional TV station type one, which they even said would be overkill. This is what, sweetie? Oh, dream stuff? Yeah, this is like dream stuff. This is one of the people that reviewed it said, this is the camera that does everything. And whoop, we got low battery ready. Something else we won't ever have to deal with again. And yeah, now that we have this and we have the lenses, it's got extra batteries, it's got the charger adapter still in the box. Now we've got this part. We have to get the controller. There's a box that actually controls the video because I mentioned in a previous live stream, we've been broadcasting straight out of the phone to the cell network. And then that went to YouTube, and then there it went into the internet at YouTube, and then came back to all of us. With this, we're actually going to be connecting this to our computer, and we're going to be going straight from the camera into the computer, into the internet, and then to YouTube, which is why we needed to have 4K capability. We couldn't get that at the old house. Yeah, so we still have the control box on order. We have to do our layout of our new workstation that we've talked about that we were going to build. And then once we lay everything out, we've got to get the right length cables with the right ends and hook it all up and turn it on and make sure the laptops can handle it. And we've got to get large monitors, you know, the wide monitor, the 32-inch, 34-inch type curved monitor, so we can run this, run OBS, run a split screen, probably a USB microscope that we're going to have hooked up to it, and be able to actually have them all going at once and be able to switch. For example, when we do giveaways, we'd have a third computer laptop that you've seen us put on the table in order to do a giveaway. When we get everything hooked up, we won't have to do that anymore. We'll simply push a button on the controller and the contest screen will pop up, the giveaway screen. And so all of these things have been in the works. There's been a ton of people involved on the tech side, different people that have tech channels and Canon themselves, and a few other companies that you'll see as we get the equipment. And so we're really, really jazzed that this is finally here. And you can see why. I mean, this thing's really light. You can see it maybe the tripod might be a tad overkill, but it's just so cool, and it's cool looking, and the fact that it gives us the ability literally to tilt the camera like this, you know, or any other angle we want, and we can lock it down, or we can just even run and gun handgun like this, and the image stabilization, you know, will take care of that. So thank you again to everybody that contributed to the camera fund, because this is your first real taste of what's to come. You know, when we get everything up and running, and we learn all this stuff, how to use it, because we got to learn how to use this, we got to learn how to use a lot of this other stuff, and the controllers and OBS and all that. So it's still going to be a work in progress, and we still got to get the rest of the stuff here. So you know, the delay was in large part because they weren't willing to release the camera early. And then we had to wait for the backlog. And then when the backlog was clear, we got the notification they were getting ready to ship our order. The hurricane was coming, and we said, no, don't ship it. We don't want it sitting on our porch. And so then once the hurricane left, we contacted them and said, okay, deliver it to our post office and we'll get it. So that's when we started getting all these pieces and parts. So we still have a few things floating out there in the system that we've got to get delivered, like I said, and then we'll get everything up and running, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be so cool. We're going to be able to play with this thing and do all kinds of stuff. So this is the first part. This and the new tripod. I'm going to pull that back down a little bit. I don't need to pull that off camera. Pull that down here so people can see it. What? Oh, okay. So, I mean, there's more stuff. There's as much stuff in the box still as what you see on the table. It's pretty wild. It's like we're like little kids pulling the stuff out. But the other thing we wanted to give you an update, and he's here in person, is Santiago gave us some news that if you want to share it, Santiago, go ahead, man. You know, we'll do it if you feel uncomfortable, but you got big news, man. So the floor is yours if you want to share with everybody. Night, Kim. Tribal Tats, welcome. Santiago B wants to know if you want us to just read your email because she thinks it was really sweet. No, he's starting to get into it. Okay. Just warming up. There you go. Ranji. Oh, he says yes. So you want us to read that one? Okay. Take her a second to pull it up. Yeah, I know, Bonnie. It's one of those things that it's a trade-off, and when we kind of cover the range of everything tonight, it's you know, like I said, the hurricane became a blessing in disguise. Yeah, little bug. Yeah, that's kind of where he started. Was that he had a doctor's appointment yesterday with the surgeon, and he showed the surgeon that he was starting to move, and he said usually the doctor is very very serious and hard nosed, but when he saw me moving, his face changed and he smiled. He was very surprised because in the hospital I had never moved. Then he looked at me and said, "You're gonna walk." And then he said it's again smiling. So that's the news we've all been waiting for and counting on with Santiago of all people, that the doctors are now telling him that he's gonna walk, and he's turned that corner and he's kicking butt, man. And we couldn't be prouder and happier for him. We literally just got that today from him. So congratulations to Santiago, and yeah, Donna, absolutely. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and it's just amazing for Santiago, and we couldn't be happier. Sweetie, we did the video on the Eisenhower bicentennial double die, right? Yeah, a long time ago we did one on that. So if you check through our archives, you should be able to find that video. We've got quite a few of them on Ike's, and we go into a lot of detail. So yeah, that's just awesome, that Santiago literally worked himself, and willed himself back to this point to where pretty soon he's going to be walking around again, which is awesome. Philip, welcome. What you see on the table is our new camera and some of the gear that goes with it. We've got a new tripod. We've got some other hardware that's on order, but this is a 4K Canon XA40, brand new.
This baby.
Okay.
I love this baby.
Yeah, I know you love that baby. We got a full gimbaling, professional telescoping tripod to replace the little crummy, chintzy, cheap thing that we started with, which has given us 4 years of good service, so we can't complain. Almost 5. Kat Schultz, welcome. Sharon W, welcome. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, I apologize. So that came. We've got new stuff coming. We already said, for those of you that got here late, that we won't have any live streams the rest of this week probably. For sure tomorrow. We have to cancel tomorrow's. That's why we're having this tonight. I have to get in the car and go out of town tomorrow.
Now we are talking about our house.
Yes, sweetheart. So, yeah. So, but I'm supposed to, right?
Now you're supposed to deliver the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tomorrow I have to get in the car and I have to drive back to the old house. What, sweetie? Okay. 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 I'm getting things out of order. There's literally so much stuff that we were trying to figure it out, and I almost had to write me a list, and I probably should have. So the old house, in the last 5 years that we've lived in it, we've had 4 hurricanes that we've had to evacuate for. We had a tornado that missed the house by about a mile, literally a mile or less, which happened shortly before one of the major hurricanes, and all the downed trees and brush clogged up all the drainage ditches. So when the hurricane hit, even though it wasn't a lot of wind damage, it although it blew down a panel on the fence and some minor tree damage at our place, it caused a lot of flooding. And luckily, the water stopped short, literally on our driveway at the sidewalk. But another 6 inches or a foot in height of the depth of the water, and the house would have been under. And yeah, we spent a week this time cleaning the house again and cleaning the ditches out and all that, and fixing damages. And I don't want to gross you out. I've got major cuts on both hands, blisters, all kinds of stuff. We did suffer some damage. It's all stuff that can be fixed. It was Rita. It was South Carolina, and we were probably, if you look at a map, whenever they show the Weather Channel and they show Charleston, South Carolina, basically just below where the word Charleston is, we were living on an island that was part of Charleston, and probably about 10 minutes from downtown Charleston by car. So this last hurricane at one point came within about the eye wall, northwest eye wall, which is the worst part of the storm, came within about 15 to 25 miles ashore, basically straight off the coast of where our house is. So we only got lucky because we didn't have high tide when it hit. We had low tide. It actually hit during both, but the worst of it was during low tide where our house is. So we didn't get any of the flooding that a lot of people did. But there's a lot of tree damage, and apparently the island we lived on, of all of the islands up and down the South Carolina coast, apparently our island got hit the worst. And mostly it was, 1,000-year-old live oaks that are, as big around as a car, that got either ripped out of the ground or busted off and dropped on power lines and houses and all kinds of stuff. So we had to wait several days for them to declare that it was safe to return to your home. There was no power. They had to cut the trees up enough just to open the road, and just left the trees in the ditches. But the bottom line was, we started doing the repairs again, and it was like, God, this is getting old. And we had an opportunity open up to move. So we talked it over really quick, and we said, you know what, we're shut down right now as far as the channel. We've got to deal with the house. We've got a lot of things, as you guys know, going on in our lives. Let's do it. Yeah, lots of health issues, ourselves, and then Dad. And so we just said, the heck with it. We're done with hurricanes, and we moved north. So in the process of all of this downtime, we went through the hurricane. I got in a wreck because of the hurricane. Some of our stuff got damaged from that. And then, so it just has been kind of a crazy time, but we managed to move in the same period of time. We're still in the process. Yeah, we're still in the process. That's why I have to leave tomorrow morning. I have to go and get the stuff that got damaged and pick it up and bring it here. And so that's going to take me 2-3 days to do that at least. And then we should be done, hopefully, with that, because that's the last of our stuff that's not here where we are now. Yeah.
Well, they're going to set stuff now.
Oh, yeah. But, and I wasn't sure what she meant by but when I heard that behind me. But now we go to the sad stuff. The news from Santiago, we were thrilled. It literally, we were eating dinner, talking about doing this live stream tonight and giving everybody the update rather than just putting out a post, that, hey, we're canceling the live stream again. We've been excited to show you this stuff, and talk about the positive thing of moving, because now this new location has what the old location we could never get, which is real high-speed internet. We were running like 10 to 20 clock speed on the internet, and we were paying for 100 on the at the house on the island. Now where we're at, we have one. What is it? One.
I don't even know.
I don't remember now,
Yeah.
but it's the highest upload rate you can get, and it's the highest download rate you can get. It's the professional work speed, and it's all new wiring. So it's fiber optic. It's going to handle this bad boy really well. So I mean, all of that combined should, on our end, should eliminate things like power issues and circle of death and lockups and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take a couple of weeks, like we said, to learn this and get everything else here, because we got a lot of cables and wires to hook up. Now comes the transition part that is the bad news.
And slowing everything down.
And it's something that all of you have been going through with us, as long as it's been going on. But basically, a couple days ago, we got a phone call about 6 o'clock in the morning from the facility where Dad was, saying that they had to take him back to the hospital, and he was having trouble breathing. That was the first phone call the first day. And I've even lost track of which day that was. But the progression over the last 3 or 4 days, the update as of this morning was that they have determined that he has more than likely cancer in his lung. He only has one lung since the Korean War, a lot of you guys know. He has a tumor on his kidney. He's lost the ability to swallow. He's lost the ability to speak. He has pneumonia in the one lung he does have. And as of today, they basically said he has a DNR. He does not want any heroic efforts because of his age and his poor health before all of this. So based on that, they said today that probably we've got a week, maybe 2. I mean, yeah, yeah, probably the doctor said he could go in his sleep tonight. They think it'll probably be sometime in the next week. Bobby, I wish to God he could recover, but he's never going to recover. They've put him into palliative care, which is hospice care. They have him sleeping. He's more or less in an induced coma so that he won't suffer. He has no more pain. They've taken that away right now. So he's just laying in bed resting. He can't, even if he was awake, he couldn't speak, but he's basically just sleeping. And it's just going to be a matter of when he and God decide that it's time to meet in person again. And so yeah, it's been tough. One thing after another, and then I thought I was going to have him longer, and but I've been praying for quite a while for him to not suffer, and God's will be done because of his age and his health issues that he's been having. They were treating the pneumonia with very strong antibiotics intravenously. They said today that they're stopping that because with not being able to control swallowing and not being able to cough like we take for granted, God, this cough is annoying. The cough actually helps to protect our lungs and that from things going down there. So basically, his own saliva is going down into his lungs and making the infection worse. So even though he's on the antibiotics, which have side effects, they said it's just there's no point in doing that because all it's doing is irritating his stomach, and we have all these other IVs hooked up. He's got multiple IVs going, and they said so we've basically have discontinued all the care, the things to try and bring him back, if you will. And they said even if we could, at this point, it's just going to happen again very soon, and because he doesn't have that. So he's going to be with us. I don't know how long, but I'm sorry, Berkney. Nobody should see that at that age. So the bottom line is, he's 87 years old. He's lived alone his whole life until he got sick back around Christmas. He's been living with one lung since 1951 on 100% VA disability. And at some point he was working construction. He's physically still very strong. The nurses even were shocked at how physically strong he was. But he everybody says sorry, he's such a sweetheart, and everybody in his little town that he's lived in the last 30 years that I run into, they all know him, and they all ask about him, and they all love him, and it's going to be a rough couple of weeks. And the hardest part, of course, is every time the phone rings, I think it's the phone call, and of course so far it's been updates, not good news, but not the end news, which he has one sister left, his oldest sister. She's 97. And I've been talking to her every night this week and making sure that the decisions that I make are in keeping with what he would want and what she would want. And she's been very supportive, and I really appreciate it. But there's nothing more that we can do except keep him comfortable, keep him at peace, and wait until God takes him, and then have a very special ceremony for him, a nice memorial in the town that he's lived in, and I'm sure that when that happens, that I'm going to hear hundreds of stories over the last 2-3 decades about my dad that I never knew anything about because I've already been hearing them. And so because of that, we just don't know. We don't know, we know this week I can't be here. I have to go and get our stuff and get it here. And then we're hoping that he makes it long enough for me to make that trip. And I even feel selfish when I even say that, but I hope that he makes it long enough for us to get that stuff here and be done with that and not have to deal with that and be able to focus on him. And yeah, Berkney, I have kids and grandkids. So, but I'm an only child of an only child on my mother's side. he had 10 brothers and sisters, and he was the baby. And and B's parents died a long time ago, and she's an only child, and he was the only parent that she had. So, when he goes, there goes that generation. We become the elders of the family, if you will. But we, it's a difficult way, I guess, to get around to say that we don't know when we're going to be able to shoot any live streams or even videos. If you've noticed lately, we've kind of fallen off on the daily videos. We're trying to get them up. We're not reaching our normal goal of daily videos. The live streams, just like tonight, it's just going to be a matter of, if we know that we're going to be able to do a live stream, we'll definitely do it, for a lot of reasons. We need it for ourselves. We need it for you guys. And there's a lot of other things. For example, believe it or not, the 2 giveaways for 100,000 subscribers, neither one of those have been claimed. And it's been several weeks. B posted it everywhere, and nobody claimed either one of them. So whenever we can have the next live stream, we're going to do another giveaway of those, of probably both of those. So everybody's going to get another shot at those because nobody claimed them. So we're really looking forward to getting back to being able to just be normal and have, daily live streams, daily videos, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday live streams, and just, none of this other stuff. But we wanted to let you guys know that we're probably not going to be here a lot because we just don't know. I could get the call tomorrow. I could get the call in a week. Probably won't be 2 weeks. The doctor was very clear, most likely a week, maybe 2. But then once that happens, I've got to go where he lived, and I've got to go, we both got to go, and we've got to do all the final things that you got to do. And being the only child and his next of kin, I'm responsible for all the decisions, and I'm responsible for handling all the arrangements and dealing with all of his belongings and things like that. So, it's both of us are going to be kind of wrapped up in that a lot. So we're gonna be on as much as we possibly can for you guys, but also for us, because you are the closest thing to family we have left. And that's part of why we're so proud of what we've all built here in the JB Coins family. And that's why we're so protective of it. But we like I say, we didn't want to just keep posting, cancel. We wanted to let you guys know the cool news, the exciting stuff, the fun stuff. Santiago is just a bonus, when we got that word, but probably the best kind of news that we could get to kind of counteract where my head's been at for the last 3 or 4 days. And we just wanted to make sure. Good night, Pamela, and thank you. We just wanted to make sure that you guys know that we're not going away. We aren't shirking our duties. We're not wasting the camera fund money. That things are actually happening, and it's just life has been getting in the way, and things that we don't control. Hurricanes, my dad, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I lost my stepdad almost 40 years ago. And then I got reconnected with my dad, my real dad, this dad. And So it's kind of like going through it twice. And I was 26 the first time. I was a kid. I'm in my 60s. You know, so yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of the good and the bad of all of the stuff. The you know, we're looking forward to getting to play with this stuff, getting the rest of the parts here, and we've got a few things we've got to order. And the pillow on the wooden chair that I've been sitting on to do the marathon live streams and stuff. Believe it or not, and that's why we put a stop on this delivery really quick, because the one of the things that we bought with the camera fund money, my back had gotten so bad at that point. If you remember, I was really having problems getting through a live stream from the pain, and so we made the decision to get one of those ergonomic chairs. It's like an office chair, and it's mesh, so you don't sweat, and there's no pinch points or pressure points or any of that kind of stuff. It's got lumbar support. It's not cheap. I mean, it's not hugely expensive, but it's not cheap. But we got it, and it came in this box. We didn't even get to open the box, and we got the evacuation order the day before we had to leave. And we stuck the box in the trailer that we were taking as much of our stuff, all of our clothes, all of our shoes, all of our kitchen goods, you know, photo albums, thank God, we put in our cars. And I started towing out with that, and the wind got it and totaled the trailer. And I'm going to find out in about 48 hours whether any of that, including my nifty new chair for my back, if any of it survived. So we still don't know with that. But enough of the bad news, the sad news, and all of that. You know, let's just kind of do what we do as a family and pray for each other. And I know y'all are praying for us, and we really appreciate that. It means a ton to us. And yeah, insurance will cover all this stuff. I mean, you know, yeah, it'll cover most of it. When it comes to hurricane, you have a,
No, I'm talking that some things are priceless.
yeah, that's true. There's a few things that are priceless that we think might have gotten destroyed, you know, that have been in her family and my family for, in her case, hundreds of years. My great grandma's stuff that I inherited, the movers didn't pack so well, and some of that stuff got damaged, and you can't replace that. I mean, you know, even if you got a brand new one just like it, it's not 100 years old. Your great grandma didn't put on her makeup every day, sitting in that little tiny chair that if I sat on it, it would probably break. You know, so, but the bottom line is we can't replace people. I've always had that attitude that we can replace money, we can replace physical belongings, but we can't replace people. And so I always put a very high price on that, and so does Sweetie. And Mr. Breeze would like a moment of silence to pray for us. B says we will in a second, yes. She wants to include some other people if we can. So obviously Santiago, prayers of thanks. Yes, sweetie. Oh, yeah. We'd like to add S. Robbins, having a tough time. Not going to go into detail, but we got a very tough email from S. Robbins. Yeah, and obviously everybody else, because there's lots of folks in the family that are hurting. We still haven't heard from Howard or his granddaughter or his wife in, man, months. So hopefully we hear from them soon. Um, so yeah, if you guys want to do a moment of silence for everybody, not just for us, that would be great. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Amen. Yeah. Um, as we said, we started off with the good news. We wanted to make sure that we started with the good news, and
And I want to apologize for delaying on emails as well.
oh
I hope people understand that.
yeah,
Some keep asking.
B wanted me to pass along that she apologizes for us not responding to emails or getting the packages from the last live stream out
No,
as quickly.
they were down, but not as
They went out, but they didn't go out as quickly as we like them to. And we apologize for that, and hopefully everybody understands, and I think you do. Um, so we will obviously keep you all posted as we can. When the time comes, we will let you know that it's happened. Um, and and when we can post a live stream, I guarantee you we will. Um, you know, um,
And we'll look to a giveaway thing,
yeah.
selection, whatever it's going to be.
Whenever and B said is saying over my shoulder, and we will definitely be redoing the giveaway of those two beautiful silver sets for 100,000 subscribers that went unclaimed. Whenever we do have our next live stream, um, which are sitting right here. I mean, can you believe that? It's been like 2-3 weeks, and not even one, neither one of them claimed these. And they're absolutely gorgeous. They've got the S-proof American Eagle in them. And, so we will be giving these away at the next live stream whenever we can do that. So Bruce, 279 Canadian on Super Chat. Thank you very much. So yeah, we appreciate everything. We've been getting a lot of emails from folks asking us how we're doing on with the hurricane and our health and everything else. And we really appreciate all of that. So we kind of wanted to, like I say, we kind of wanted to bring everybody up to speed and have a conversation instead of just, oh, we got rainbows from A and B. Rainbow hugs. That's so sweet. Thanks, guys. So, excuse me. Yeah, Janine, I know it takes you a little longer to pray. I forgot Santiago's back. He can jump you about stuff. But anyway, we're the main thing is that it's one thing I've learned is never say it can't get any worse. I learned this unfortunately a long time ago at a very young age. That don't ever say it can't get any worse, because the man upstairs has kind of a sense of humor about, oh really? Try this. So we don't say that. We pray that, that this is, that this is it for now, and that, things will get back on track and back to a normal life, a happier life like we're used to. But first we have to go through the sad time with Dad, and hopefully we know he'll be in a better place, and actually, like I said, it's something I've been praying a long time, unfortunately, several months, as his condition has continued to deteriorate, that, please God, don't make him suffer, don't let him suffer. And now he's at that point where at least whatever time he has left, he won't suffer. So, night, Bobby. Thanks for coming, man. So it's it's even hard for me to sign off to you guys, because we've been wanting to do this for so long, and it just hasn't felt right. We haven't had a routine. Nothing's been normal. So we miss all of you so much, and really love our time with all of you. And yeah, Berkney, my dad left me with a lot of things, and even a lot of things that neither one of us realized until this past 6 months or so. And B, actually, one day, I'll tell a happy story about my dad. We were visiting him, and he was having one of his better days, where he was telling us stories about his days in the Navy during the Korean War, and things like that he remembered, because he had advanced dementia, and he didn't remember a lot of newer stuff, but he could tell you about his Navy days and stuff. But he was talking to us, and B started giggling, and my dad kind of raised an eyebrow and looked at her, and he just adores her, the one visit we were sitting there doing that, and he kept looking at her and turning his head and looking at her, and he probably did it 4 or 5 times, and then he looked right at me, and he goes, and he stuck his thumb out, and he goes, kid, you did okay when you got that one. And you did good. Yeah, you did good when you got that one. Yeah. So that was one time, and then another time he's telling us about, his Navy days, and when he was a boxer in the Navy, and a bunch of different things, and he just he just would come out with stuff, and it was just so funny that he some
The Christmas picture, okay, that was funny.
yeah.
It's like that's the best gift you gave me. I really thought it was about their Christmas.
Yeah.
It was actually about my legs.
Yeah. So like, we gave him pictures of all of our kids, and his granddaughters, his great granddaughter, and he just was fascinated by his great granddaughter, especially. He loved babies, and we gave him a photo of us, that we took at Christmas, and we were all dressed up nice and standing by the Christmas tree, and he goes, besides the baby picture, which he goes, that one's special. I really like, and we gave him we gave him the picture of the Christmas tree with us standing next to it, and he goes, this is the best picture, the best gift ever. And we're like, really? It's a picture, and we thought he was talking about the Christmas tree and all this kind of stuff. And so B asked him, and he says no. He goes, check out those legs, because she's wearing a skirt and 5-inch heels, and he's like, check out those legs, man. It's great, you know. And yeah, we were so touched. He was talking about Christmas, and he was just, you know, he was checking out her legs, you know. So he just, you know, he had a sense of humor, and yeah, still a Navy man, exactly. And I even teased him about that. But the other thing was that B told him that he might not realize it, but she realized how much we're alike. Not only that we look alike, but we have the same mannerisms, the same little nervous tics and things. And there's certain things that we do and certain views we have of life and the world and that, and some good, some bad, I guess. And he again raised one of his eyebrows and goes, "Really?" Like what? And she starts telling him, you know, different things. You know, well, you know, your son does this, your son does that, you know, and he's going, why would you do that? I didn't teach you that. And it's like, well, you do it. You know, so it was just so humorous, because he would just come out with these things, and you know, he didn't really have any concept at this point of propriety or impropriety, but realistically, he and I both, our whole lives, haven't really been politically correct people. So what time we did have was great. I just wish it was longer. But anyway, yeah, this apple definitely didn't fall far from the tree. No question about it. And I can say the same thing about our kids. So anyway, we're going to call it a night. I've got an early morning to hit the road. Oh, yeah, John's asking for prayers as well. And so let's make sure we include John in our prayers as well, that he gets his miracle, like Santiago did. And I actually kind of feel blessed that Dad's finally at peace here and will soon be at peace in heaven. And so until we get to meet again, I guess for now we're going to sign off and thank everyone for everything that all of you have ever done for us and for the family, because we couldn't imagine going through this stuff without you, all of you. And so thank you all. God bless. Sweet dreams. And until we are able to do this again, be safe, everybody. And Santiago, get up on your feet. Okay? So we love you all. And until next time, J and B saying good night and signing off.